In turn 4, Chase Johnson and Sean Becker will show the way. Spencer Bayston and Chris Windom in row number 2. Brad Sweet and Landon Brooks in the 3rd row. 4th row consists of Justyn Peck and Corey Day. Row 5, Shane Golobic and Nick Parker. Row number 6, Seb Wise and Dylan Bloomfield. Row 7, Justin Cox and Tanner Carrick. Row number 8, Andy Forsberg, Jake Morgan. Row 9, Joey Ancona and Gage Garcia. And row 10, it's Ryan Bernal and Parker Price Miller. Silver Dollar Speedway, we got them racked, we got them stacked. Let's go racing off at turn number 4. We are green. Chase Johnson with the early race lead over Sean Becker. Side by side for the 3rd spot is Brad Sweet's underneath the number 5 is Spencer Bayston. Give that spot to Sweet as he works off at turn number 4. Now he's into the 2nd spot, getting by the number 7B of Sean Becker. So Brad Sweet from 5th to 2nd on the opening lap here on night 2 of the Gold Cup. Chris Windom throws a slider on Spencer Bayston. Bayston crosses back underneath him into turn 3. Bayston maintains the 4th position. Meanwhile, a race for the lead up front. Brad Sweet has found some grip on the bottom of the racetrack in turn 4, and it is really putting that car to life here. Oh, here comes Becker back to the inside, but the caution is out. We have one off the track in turn 4. It is Justin Cox in the 42X.
It's already starting getting really exciting there, Chase.
Already, yeah. And the bottom is the best we've seen it all night, I feel like.
I think it's great. That's what I said earlier. I think what they did was perfect, and they'll get it running a little bit more, and I think it'll come to life some more, and then throughout the race it'll start going away, and then it's going to be interesting to see guys move around and you know, see where they can find the most speed at.
Trying to make his way forward. You got the Frozen Farmer pick pint out there on the racetrack now. Drivers must go inside or outside of that pick pint. Whichever lane they choose is where they will restart the race for the upcoming double file restart. Chase Johnson chooses the bottom. Brad Sweet chooses the outside. This is 2 years in a row, by the way, that Chase Johnson has now led laps during his Gold Cup Race of Champions prelim night. Last year, led laps early. I believe it was Kyle Larson getting by him late in the race there to deny him of a win. So Chase Johnson trying to get a huge victory in his high limit racing debut on night 2 of the Gold Cup. We're going green next time by. Got to remember the point standings coming in. Corey Day was at the top by 2. Brad Sweet was right behind him, tied with Justyn Peck and Landon Brooks. Both of those drivers, Brooks and Peck, have gone backwards so far in this one. Brad Sweet trying to end a 3-month drought without a victory behind the wheel of a sprint car as we come back to the green flag. Great restart for Chase Johnson to get in front of Sweet. Sweet goes to the bottom in turn number 1. Johnson rips the cushion. He'll have the lead down the back straightaway. Sean Becker runs in the 3rd spot, side by side for 4th down the back straightaway as Spencer Bayston shuts the door on Chris Windom for that position. Side by side across the line for the race lead. The bottom in turn 4 is extremely good, much better than it is off of turn 2. Chase Johnson now sees that, goes to the bottom in 3 and 4. Chase Johnson moving that car around the speedway. Sean Becker's off the track in turn 4. Sean Becker was running 3rd, loses at least 7 or 8 spots down the front straightaway. Becker now all the way back into the number 10 position, so a huge mistake, a costly mistake for the Shark. Chase Johnson putting some distance between himself and Brad Sweet, that time by a 1.5-second lead for the number 24 car. Meanwhile, Spencer Bayston and Corey Day appear to be closing in slightly on the 49 car, Brad Sweet. Corey Day up on the top of the racetrack, coming after Bayston for 3rd down the front straightaway. Bayston goes up top in turn 1. Corey Day right behind him. Chris Windom currently rounds out the top 5. Tanner Carrick is on the move. He started 14th, and he's up into 6th as the yellow comes out for your Durst Dice Roll driver. It's Landon Brooks in turn number 4 once again. And Brent, man, I feel like almost every incident tonight has happened on that side of the racetrack.
That corner is just really tricky. I mean, it's just, you know, no other explanation. It's just really hard to get through turns 3 and 4 here. And you know, you just see guys making a lot of mistakes over there. So it's just interesting to see how this race is playing out right now. Yeah, he just got in there and got tight, and on the right front, that's the thing. You get on these on the entry of these corners, and you're out of the throttle just a little bit too much when you're out on the cushion like that. It dumps the right front, and it just There's not much you can do.
Started back in 2030, he's up to 13th, so plus 10 for him in 6 laps as you see the Frozen Farmer pick pint once again. No games being played here so far. Everybody, okay, there's one a little bit. Peck going to the top with Becker. Bloomfield, Wise both go low. So a couple of guys with some big charges forward so far. Max Mittry is one of them and Tanner Carrick the other. We are coming back to the green flag this time by. Still a long ways to go in this race. A lot can happen. The track still has a lot to do as far as changing around as we come back to the green flag. Chase Johnson, not a very good start. Brad Sweet sees an opening to the inside. And turn number 1 slides in front of Chase Johnson for the lead. Corey Day to the outside of Johnson. Johnson goes from the first spot to 4th. And off of turn number 4, Brad Sweet leads lap number 6. Corey Day down to the inside. Slide job for that position off of turn number 2. Corey Day to the top spot. Brad Sweet back to the inside. Turn number 3. But coming off the 4th corner, your race leader is now the 14 of Corey Day. Tanner Carrick off the track in turn 4, brings it back on, falls to the middle part of the field. Corey Day now around the bottom, now slips it up through the middle, gets to the cushion on exit. That allows Brad Sweet to close in down the front straightaway. Sweet, here comes a slider for the race lead into turn 1. Brad Sweet takes it back away. Corey Day back to the inside down the back straightaway. Spencer Bayston's there as well. We got one around in turn 4. The yellow is going to come out for Robbie Price. Wow, this is getting good, Brent Marks.
Yeah, it is. Corey, he just put it up top there and just was on the throttle, let it eat. So it was, yeah, that was a good move. You know, I think he was the bravest one to do it there on the restart, and it panned out for him.
All right, some good insight there from Brent Marks as we look at the Frozen Farmer pick pint. Corey Day going to choose the bottom. Brad Sweet goes to the top. Spencer Bayston to the bottom. Chase Johnson to the top. Chase Johnson went from hero to zero there for a moment, was first to 4th in 1 lap, and now he's got to get back up on the wheel here in that number 24 C car. Andy Forsberg is up into the top 10. He started back in 15th, so the 92 car is now up to 10th. Sounds like a car in the work area. Joey Ancona, the 88A with a flat right front tire, so he's taking that car to the rod end supply work area. We'll see if Ancona can make it back out. He does have some guaranteed time over there. Getting a look at him right now on the Flow Racing screen in that rod end supply work area. Ancona at the time was running 22nd. Started in the 17th position for this main event. So going to have 21 laps remaining when we go back to the green flag. It's Corey Day with the lead. Brad Sweet running in 2nd. 3rd spot is Spencer Bayston. 4th spot is Chase Johnson. And 5th spot is Chris Windom. Shane Golobic runs 6th. 7th is Zeb Wise. 8th is Dylan Bloomfield. 9th is Sean Becker. And 10th is Andy Forsberg. So Brad Sweet looking pretty good to be the 2nd guy in points because Justyn Peck has slipped to 15th. And we already saw the issues for Landon Brooks. He's back in 20th. Joey Ancona not going to make it back out for this restart, so we're coming back to the green. Still 2/3 of this race remain. Back to the restart zone, and we're underway. Brad Sweet going to look low into turn 1, tries to roll the bottom. Chase Johnson on the top, coming back after Spencer Bayston. He's got the 3rd spot down the back straightaway, so Chase Johnson back onto the podium position. Johnson now looking underneath the Brad Sweet, down the front straightaway. The bottom still looks to be good in turn number 4. Those guys are on the top in 1 and 2. Zeb Wise making his way forward in the Routine Racing number 26 car. He started 11th. He's just outside the top 5 now in 6th position. Corey Day pulling away from Brad Sweet with the race lead, but will that be the story once they get to the back of the field, which is maybe about 5 laps away for your race leader, Corey Day. Day runs the top in 1 and 2, bottom in 3 and 4. That appears to be the line for many of the drivers out on the racetrack right now. Ryan Bernal, 19th up to the 8th position in the Josh Ford Motorsports number 73. Shane Golobic underneath of Zeb Wise racing for 6th position. He's got the spot off of turn number 4. Moves Shane Golobic up to 6 as Corey Day now enters lap traffic. Corey Day into the traffic. They were 3 wide off the corner right in front of your race leader. Corey Day gonna have to make some quick moves here to get by a couple of cars. Robbie Price, Gage Garcia, Tanner Holmes line just up the road. They're side by side in front of him. Where is Day gonna go? Might open up an opportunity here for Brad Sweet. Caution is out. We've got an issue in turn 4 again. It's Sean Becker. So Sean Becker with a problem. He was running 17th at the time. Sounds like just a simple miscalculation on his part going over the edge of the racetrack. We'll see if we can find a replay.
Turn 4's just eating him up tonight.
In these, oh, we got the pick pint. We spilled some ice cream on the front straightaway. The Frozen Farmer pick pint has gone down, but it looks okay. It's still doing its job there, Brandon. It's going to be fine.
Yeah, it is. I thought I seen Tony running there for a second, but he's still in the same spot.
He was hoping there'd be some spilled,
some spillage
product over there. Yeah. Tony?
Yeah, you know me, guys. If there's ice cream on the dirty ground, I'm usually the first one there to scarf it up. Probably, I'm guessing the wind did that. You know who my heart goes out to is Ian, our drone pilot. This wind is not making life easy on him.
Certainly is not as we go back to green flag racing. Brad Sweet, great restart right there. Might see a slider into turn number 1. Sweet up the racetrack, takes it back away from Corey Day. Great restart from Brad Sweet. He shows the way down the backstretch. Sweet goes to the bottom. Corey Day to the top. Car around in the back. Justyn Peck spinning, and the caution's going to have to come back out. We got a big wreck in turn 3 now. Several cars getting involved. And that should give the lead right back to Corey Day. But how about that restart for Brad Sweet, Brent?
Yeah, that was a really good restart. It's a shame it was all for nothing there for him, I think. But, yeah, pretty big pile up down there in 3. I'm sure it'll probably go to a single file restart, too. So, yeah, great restart by Brad. He's looking really good. And I think his car's starting to come to life. And it's going to really challenge Corey for this win today.
We've got 5 cars stopped in that corner over there. Tanner Holmes, Nick Parker, Jake Morgan, Justyn Peck. I can't tell who the other car is at the very, maybe Gage Garcia. That is the case. We'll see what happened here, Brent. And so that's a separate incident there with Peck. And then,
yeah, I think Peck just got crossed up there on inch, got into a car and spun out. And I think guys were just kind of scattering and got together and then piled up later in the corner.
Into the Silver Dollar Speedway here for this main event.
Yeah, it has, Chase, and I'm actually surprised how long 4 is sticking around. I honestly thought it would be pretty much gone by now, but it's really sticking around there, and you know, that right there is going to really produce some good racing once they get the lap of traffic, and you know, guys are just gonna have to start splitting it up and see where they can, you know, build the most speed.
We're about to see what happens for the final half of this race. Corey Day now going to have the benefit of a single file restart. We go back to the green flag. Do not pass that orange cone. Do not hit that orange cone on the front straightaway. We're back underway. Brad Sweet goes low in turn 1. Corey Day pulls away by 10 car lengths down the back straightaway. Now Day goes back to the bottom, as we mentioned right before we went back to the green. He likes the bottom when he's out front by himself. Corey Day now to the top in turn number 1. 3rd spot still belongs to Chase Johnson. 4th is Spencer Bayston, and 5th is up for grabs right now between Shane Golobic and Chris Windom. The 2, we got a yellow. Turn 4 again. This time it's Max Mittry, who was making his way forward there before, or a couple laps ago, a couple restarts ago. He was up almost into the top 10, and now he's sitting parked outside the track again.
So Jake learned in high school graphics and then took over the family business back about 10 years ago when he was 18, and his dad, Gary, raced with a purple and yellow sprint car as well. So if you look a little bit farther back in the field, that 45M of Jake Morgan out of Elk Grove, California, is doing a little bit of a tribute with the paint scheme back to his dad's race car.
I used to race with Jake Morgan back in the day, but we don't talk about those days anymore because I was so bad, Brent. That's why we don't talk about it anymore. But we're coming back to the green flag with halfway of this race still to run as we're back to the green flag. Corey Day, as we expected, back to the top of the racetrack in 1 and 2. Race for 5th down the backstretch. Golobic nosed ahead of Chris Windom for a moment, but Windom shuts the door on him entering turn 3 and continues to run in that 5th position. First car to break out of line in turn... Oh, we're wrecking again. Nick Parker in turn 3, along with Landon Brooks. Brooks is stopped on the front stretch. The Durst Dice Roll driver with an issue, and it looks like a flat right rear on the Shannon Wheatley number 45 car for Landon Brooks. And what a tough deal, man. He was having such a solid night, qualified well, was tied for 2nd in points entering the feature, and that's what's a, you know, flat right rear takes him out of this race, Brent.
Yeah, it's a tough break. I was actually watching them go into 3 down there, and they were just both trying to fight for the same spot. obviously not enough room when you're trying to go in the same spot. So they made contact there, and Landon Brooks with the worst of it, it looks like. So yeah, that's a shame for him. They were really good all night tonight up until the feature here, and just having a lot of bad luck. So, but that's part of racing, man. It's just you can have the perfect night, and then you hit the feature, and then just everything goes haywire, and it's afterwards you go back and beat your head against the wall and wonder what happened. But that's just part of it.
Nick Parker also going off the track as well. We've got some Nick Parker grapes up here we've been snacking on all night there. So we appreciate him bringing those to us. But unfortunately for him, he is going to be heading back to at least the Rod and Supply work area, maybe the trailer. We'll have to wait and see. We are at the halfway point here of this race. There's no guaranteed time. We're coming back to the green. 15 laps to go here on night 2 of the Gold Cup. Brad Sweet going to try and work low into turn 1 on the restart. Gives a run to the 24 car of Chase Johnson. All 3 of those drivers go back to the inside in turns 3 and 4. So definitely the preferred line for these guys is top 1 and 2, bottom 3 and 4. As I say that, Brad Sweet ventures that car back to the inside. Chase Johnson, big run down the backstretch, trying to put a move on the number 49 car. Off of turn number 4, 13 laps to go for Corey Day. Andy Forsberg is side by side with Zeb Wise off of turn number 4. Zeb Wise has that spot across the line. He's in 7th. Now Forsberg makes the move around the outside. Forsberg's now back into the 7th position after starting 15th. Forsberg now pitches the car sideways off of turn number 4, and Zeb Wise nearly got into the back of him off at the 4th corner. Wise back to the bottom in turn 1, but Forsberg going to have the momentum down the back straightaway, maintain P7. Traffic lies ahead for Corey Day. If he wants to continue to run the bottom in 3 and 4, he's going to have to do something different on that side of the racetrack because all of the lap cars are down there. Brad Sweet trying to close in. We'll check the lap times this time by. A 13.512 for Corey Day, 13.399 for Brad Sweet. So Sweet closed in slightly there by about a 1/10 of a second. Day makes it around the 45M of Jake Morgan, puts a lap car between himself and the 2nd place car, Brad Sweet. Corey Day now underneath the Tanner Holmes, goes to the bottom, might open up some momentum for the 49 car, Brad Sweet. Sweet close in with it, 2 car lengths down the back straightaway. Race for the lead, this time by 8 laps to go. Corey Day in the thick of lap traffic. Brad Sweet off the top, loses some ground. Day gonna go to the top in turn 1. Brad Sweet goes to the bottom, side by side for the race lead off of turn number 2. Lap cars are side by side in front of your top 2. Chase Johnson, Spencer Bayston closing in off of turn 4. New leader, Brad Sweet takes the lead with 7 laps to go. Brad Sweet to the lead. Corey Day around the outside, barely sneaks between the right rear of Brad Sweet and the outside of the racetrack. Brad Sweet back to the 2nd spot. Corey Day missed the bottom, but gets by the 21P of Robbie Price. Corey Day once again puts a lap car between himself and Brad Sweet. Spencer Bayston got by Chase Johnson off turn 4. Bayston's up to 3rd. Spencer Bayston into the 3rd spot as Corey Day tries to run the middle in turns 3 and 4 and starts to pull away slightly from Brad Sweet. 5 laps to go, and Corey Day has a car slip right in front of him as Max Mittry hit the infield berm right there and had to check out the 14 car just slightly. Brad Sweet underneath of Max Mittry gets the car very sideways, and Spencer Bayston is trying to take advantage off to turn 4. Spencer Bayston to the inside, takes 2nd away from Brad Sweet. Spencer Bayston very good in the CJB Motorsports number 5 car right now. Moves up into the runner-up position. This time by 3 laps to go as Corey Day continues. Oh, Brad Sweet's off the track and into the wall. Brad Sweet hit the wall in turn 4 and is looking the wrong direction. That is huge. That is a huge moment in the points here for the Gold Cup Race of Champions, Brent.
Yeah, that was, man, you do not see Brad do that very often at all. I think it's just getting so dirty down here in 3 and 4, and he's just trying to get by some lap cars there, and it just bit him.
Brad Sweet with a very uncharacteristic mistake here in this feature. We'll see the replay coming off of turn 4 and just hooked the cushion. And not much to lean on the exit, it looked like, Brent. He just clobbered the styrofoam walls over there.
Yeah, he just got really tight. So, man, that's a tough one for Brad there. I mean, he's
wow. Just, that's really going to shake things up big time in the points.
It will, and it kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier. You want to win this race, but you also have to be as patient as possible and just try to salvage the best run that you can and focus on what is most important, and that's Saturday. But we're race car drivers. We want to go out and win.
Of course.
So as much as I can sit up here and say that, that's not what's being thought about inside those race cars right now.
Absolutely. I mean, the top three, the guys that were second in points was Brad Sweet, Justyn, Peck, and Landon Brooks. They have all been in an incident here in this race. So who knows who's going to be second in points after this race as we go back to green. Can Spencer Bayston do something here with Corey Day with 3 laps to go? Corey Day squirts away off of turn number 2 and pulls away by maybe 8 or so car lengths over the CJB number 5 car. Chase Johnson runs in third. Fourth is Chris Windom as Chase Johnson nearly lost the handle on the car right in front of Windom. Windom goes low in turn 1, tries to throw a slider. He will do so. Windom has third. Johnson back to the inside. They got together off of turn 2. Shane Golobic there as well as the white flag waves one more time around for Corey Day. Corey Day off the top of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Has not been back to Silver Dollar Speedway since last year's Gold Cup triumph. He'll pick up right where he left off. He wins night 2 of the Gold Cup Race of Champions. Spencer Bayston second, third spot to Chase Johnson, fourth to Chris Windom, and fifth goes to Shane Golobic. Corey Day picks up the win in a race of attrition here. Night 2 of the Gold Cup Race of Champions. He is looking good for Saturday. Second goes to the 5 of Spencer Bayston. Third, the 24C of Chase Johnson. Fourth, the 55 of Chris Windom. Fifth, the 17W of Shane Golobic. Sixth, the 26 of Zeb Wise. Seventh, the 92 of Andy Forsberg. Eighth, the 7B of Sean Becker. Ninth, the 18 of Dylan Bloomfield. And 10th, the 73 of Ryan Bernal. Behind them, 11th, Cole Macedo. 12th, Brad Sweet got back to 12th. 13th, Justin Cox. 14th, Justyn Peck. 15th, Parker Price Miller. 16th, Tanner Carrick. 17th, Gage Garcia. 18th, Tanner Holmes. 19th, Max Mittry. 20th, Robbie Price. Behind them, Jake Morgan, Nick Parker, Landon Brooks, and Joey Ancona. Hoosier Tire neckband, the Sunoco Race Fuels checkered flag, the Kubota Highlander Racing Victory Lane hat. All of the things you get as a winner with Highlander Racing. How about it, Chico, California? Corey Day wins night 2 of the Gold Cup Race of Champions. He'll climb off the back of the Driven to Save Lives number 14 car, make his way up onto the Victory Lane stage here in just a moment. And last year's champion is looking pretty good to double down here in 2024 at the Mike Curb NOS Energy Drink Gold Cup Race of Champions presented by Napa Auto Parts. Tony, take it away.
Thank you very much, Chase. Corey Day, your reigning Gold Cup Race of Champions champion, comes to the top of the stage. Chico, he can hear you. That's your winner. From the 8th position, that was probably really easy, right?
No, not easy. I mean, they did kind of leave me the lane there on that restart there, but yeah, I mean, just a badass job by the track crew tonight to give us a racy service to, you know, have a track you can go 8th to 1st on, and you know, against that good of guys, it's really cool.
I mean, it was pretty unique to see you over in 3 and 4 go down low. I know you're a very versatile race car driver and you don't only live on the high side, but sometimes you kind of do live on the high side. What was your brain doing? What were you thinking, especially with 7 to go? When you've got Brad to your inside, you got lap traffic stacked up 2 wide in front of you. What happens in your brain when you get in those moments?
Man, well, when you get to lap traffic, you just kind of try and run away and hide from the guy behind you. You know, if you keep passing cars, then that's just cars he's got to pass until he gets to use. So, you know, I was trying my best to get through them there, but they were, you know, a different line every single corner. And, you know, the top 1 and 2 was good, but I guess the bottom was getting good too. I didn't really touch the bottom the whole race, so I had no idea. And then, you know, lap cars were kind of holding their own down there. So, yeah, man, just, yeah, pretty methodical there. I knew that no one was going to rip the top as hard as me in 3 and 4, so if I got clear to the lead and hit the bottom right, I knew no one was going to drive around me. So, but yeah, like I said, just hats off to the track crew, hats off to the whole staff here. You know, Gold Cup's my favorite one of the year, so it's good to start the week off right with a second last night and a win tonight. And, you know, hats off to my guys. HP, Eddie, Kenny, Preston and Jason are here, my dad, and my mom at home. She's sick. She couldn't make it. You know, Stephen, Shane, Jordan, just everyone that, you know, bust their butts. We've had a busy couple weeks here, and, you know, my race car is still in tip-top shape.
Your eyes must have been mighty wide, dancing around lap traffic with guys like Brad Sweet, Chase Johnson, Spencer Bayston hovering right around you and right behind you. Your eyes were also really big over there on the top of 1 and 2 when you saved that guy's life from the water truck earlier this evening. Hey, as a feature winner with Kubota High Limit Racing in 2024 and a high roller, you get to send $1,000 of an angel donor's money to a charity of your choosing. Which charity are you choosing to support tonight?
Driven to Save Lives. You know, they support me and my racing and my whole team and its operation this year. So if I got a chance to get back to them, I'm going to do that.
All right, final question. You won the Gold Cup Race of Champions Saturday main event last year. You finished third in your prelim on Thursday night in 2023. You score the victory pretty handedly here this evening. How good do you feel for going back-to-back here at Silver Dollar Speedway?
Yeah, I feel great. You know, I got to be good on my wheel spin come Saturday night. You know, you can be high point guy or, you know, and spin the 36 and end up starting 8th in the dash. And, you know, starting 8th behind 7 other of the best guys in the world is not easy. So hopefully we have a good dash draw Saturday and get through the dash good and start hopefully in the first 2 rows of the main event. And I think we definitely got a shot from there.
Chico, California, your winner is Corey Day!
Tony, when you make your way over to Spencer Bayston, you can inform him that due to the issues for Landon Brooks, Brad Sweet, and Justyn Peck, he is the other lock-in car to the dash on Saturday night.
That's exciting. Let's see if Spencer Bayston heard your announcement or if he needs me to break the news to him. Did you just hear what Chase was saying?
I didn't hear what he said, but I think B-Walk's already had the plug on Twitter. We're locked in, is that right?
You are locked into the A main event on Saturday.
That makes today or tomorrow more enjoyable and Saturday a little more stress-free. So we did a really good job tonight, just kind of start to finish. Went out, ran a pretty good lap in qualifying. Car felt really good. Barry, Eric, and Jeremy got it dialed. We didn't know what was really going to happen there for the feature. Obviously, they went out and worked the racetrack, you know, before we went and just did the bottom only as a, you know, it's been top dominant all night. So it was a really good surface for us to race on. Well, obviously a little chaotic down here with all those yellows, but happy to bring home the True Timber 5 on the podium. Got to thank all of our partners with True Timber, JRC Transportation, Nice Crete and Landis, CNS Lawn and Landscape, High Performance Lubricants, philpools.com, Maxim Chassis, Kistler Engines. Just feels really good to run well here again at Chico, and we're going to enjoy these next couple nights watching and be back ready to roll on Saturday. You
said getting locked in makes Saturday a little bit less stressful, and today a little bit more enjoyable. Does that maybe also mean you can make tonight a little bit more enjoyable for yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to go hang out at the Glow Party with my guys and have a couple cervezas and enjoy the night. But, you know, it's back to work tomorrow and get everything ready. You know, there's big money on the line on Saturday. We've had a good car really every time we came here to Chico. So feel really fortunate to drive that car. And thank you to our owner, Chad, and Anne-Marie Clemens for all they do for this team. All right, don't get too crazy tonight. Nathan Isaacson is looking forward to you being up in the booth tomorrow night. Yeah, I'm excited to, that'll be a first for me. So me and Chase will get to, you know, run through the whole night. Brent did a really good job tonight with it. I was trying to listen just to kind of get an idea what I'm in for. All right, second place goes to Lebanon, Indiana, Spencer Bayston. Chase Johnson, my man. Are you happy with tonight?
I am. You know, podium with you guys is always a great deal. So I'm happy to be here, happy to lead laps. Obviously, you know, we all want to be 2 spots better, but happy to be standing here, that's for sure.
Okay, so just like we talked to Corey and Spencer kind of alluded to, those guys are locked in and are feeling really good about Saturday. You're going to have just a little bit of work to do on Saturday, but your number 24 looks really good. Does it feel really good?
Yeah, you know, after a qualifying performance, it was decent, but I knew it was going to be a little bit tough to lock in. Qualifying 11th there, but man, like I told you, after we won the heat, we got a fast race car. I knew that after the qualifying laps, we had a fast race car, and then the heat race proved it. And then, you know, we held pace there with Brad and Corey. So I know if we can hold pace with them a little bit, I know we got a good race car. Like I said before, Chico's been great to us. I love this event. It's such a great event. It's so great to see all these fans on a Thursday night. I knew it was busy last night too, but yeah, it's turning into such a great race, and you know, it's going back to the Gold Cup that my dad and Ivan used to talk about how cool it was back in the day. So it's cool to see that. Like I said, it's excellent to be standing here on the podium. I think we got a good shot for Saturday to obviously be in the show, but I'd be really happy to leave with the top 5. We all come here for that $100,000, of course, but you know, we'll work really hard tomorrow and come back here with a fast race car.
Chase Johnson runs third here tonight. He says it's more than an event. It's turning into a party. He was having a party up at the front of the field while he was leading laps here tonight. Chase Johnson comes home third. Corey Day is your winner, and Spencer Bayston from Lebanon, Indiana takes the CJB number 5 to a hard-fought second-place finish that matches his best result of the 2024 season with Kubota High Limit Racing.